Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me Harriet, and as my channel is opening up more to Zenless Zone Zero, I would like to share some of my experience and some of the units that I kinda regret pulling on during my gameplay time in this game. So the first one is the girl you're seeing here in this picture, Caesar King. I believe she was released on 1.2 along with Bernice. So a bit of history on my account. In Zenless Zero, I have a bad 50-50 win rate. Like, I lost the 50-50 to Julian. I lost the 50-50 to Jane Doe. Yeah. And Caesar King is the first 50-50 win that I got. And I believe she was one of the sustains back then because we had limited sustains in 1.0. However, there is a discourse that if I could have waited more time, I would have gotten better units. My account is simply anomaly based. I pulled most of the anomaly units, and it seems that Caesar was not primed to be slot in to my anomaly team back in the day, but she did good. She was able to sustain Jane because of her anti-interrupt shield, but as the time goes and there are more sustains and supports that have been released, I find that the buffs Caesar gave are a bit underwhelming. Do note that she is also the first unit that I pulled the limited W engine on, okay? Because that's the only W engine for defense units that gives impact. Well, until the last version, 2.0. 2.0 was the version that gave us that limited 4-star W engine, which is the film projector. It also gives impact, making it Caesar's best free-to-play weapon. So, I think based on the economic status back then in 1.0, I shouldn't have I should not have invested deeply for Caesar just for the sustain and could have just waited more. But yeah, that's on me. And that's on the case of 1.0. Although there was a mode, endgame mode, that Zenless Zone Zero did represented back then, and it was the Battle Tower, and Caesar was the must-have sustain back then if you don't want Avocado Boo. But Battle Tower was seldomly updated. It got recently updated in 2.1 where we all have the sustains. So yeah, I believe I regretted pulling on Caesar back in the day. Now, another unit that I regretted pulling for in Zelda Zone Zero was Trigger. Trigger is the stunner for the Aftershock team. However, I do not have an Aftershock team. I mainly pulled Trigger based on her looks, but I think the problem with Trigger is, as you can see on this picture right here, is I don't have her W engine. So it never occurred to me that she needs her W engine and that most of her kit is locked around her W engine. So this made my trigger sit on the bench collecting dust. On top of that, I don't think she has a rapture tagging on her core passive, thus making her team up with Yushuan a bit sussy, but it's working. It is kind of working. I made Trigger work with Yushuan more than Kolida, which is M2 on my account than Yushuan. But all in all, yeah, I regret pulling Trigger because one, I don't have her team. Two, I don't have her W engine. So it all remains she is sitting in the dust. I could have gotten a stunner like Jufufu instead, or lighter. Coming up next on the characters I pulled for and regretted pulling for it is Qingyi. Now, I may get flack for it. She is good. Her damage contributions is good. But I then realized my playstyle is that stunner. I have a little bit of a skill issue on maintaining their HP when they're on field. Every time I use Qingyi, she dies because I try to build up those her passive, her bar, and sometimes I get into the moment that I got that dopamine to tap all the buttons consecutively that I just forget to dodge sometimes. So it's a skill issue on me. Another thing is this is I already have trigger I think before Qingyi, but or was it vice versa? I but for the sake of things, for the sake of simplicity, I pulled for two electric stunners consecutively. Okay, so that's on me. I I believe that I pulled Qingyi just to make her work with Harumasa, and even Harumasa, I cannot make him work. And to top of all things, I pulled Qingyi on her rerun. So yeah. So why didn't I pull for Qingyi when I really wanted her initially? Because of Jane Doe. She is the first character to come before Jane Doe in their patch, and I prioritized Jane Doe first because of the possibility of an anomaly team. Assault was broken in version 1.0. So yeah, Qingyi is a matter of too little too late to pull for me. So the last unit on my list of things that I regretted pulling for is not actually Astra Yao, but her W engine. Yeah, so I pulled for W engine for the support. I think it would be a great benefit for her. Then I saw the reviews of a lot of content creators saying that Astra Yao's W engine is not really needed. So I kind of went hard pity for her engine only to find out that I could make her work with like Kaboom the Cannon or what was Sokaka's W engine called? That one? Well, to be fair, I don't have bashful back in the day. I think I pulled it randomly after Azrael's banner, so yeah, I could have spent it on a unit instead, but I ended up getting Azrael's W engine. Maybe the same case would come and haunt me for Yuzuha because I also pulled for her W engine, but I believe because of the circumstances surrounding Yuzuha's kit being anomaly based while she is support, I think it would help her better more than with Astra and her W engine. So for now, yeah, so this is my video. Thank you for watching.